Hello everyone, welcome to episode 7 of the MEE-FIT Podcast. I'm here with a very, very special guest, the specialist of guests.
Oh, bless you.
I would say. I'm here with Jacqui today, going to be chatting a little bit about your journey and kind of like your time with us so far.
Long journey.
Long journey. So yeah, Jack, do you want to just introduce yourself to everybody, just a little bit of information about yourself?
Yeah, no problem at all. I started with MEE-FIT nearly 7.5 years ago in the depths of a February, a dark February, when I was introduced to MEE-FIT over the internet by a friend who was attending MEE-FIT at that time. Ellie, I think it was. Yeah, it was Ellie. And I saw her on the Facebook sort of feed, and I thought, that looks really good, because it was, at that time, it was only women, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was women.
Kind of wasn't quite on purpose. It just kind of happened from when we opened. But yeah, it was.
Yeah,
And
that's
within the small group sessions, we had a few like lads only sessions and stuff. But yeah, that was
I can remember that. And I sort of, and I'll be honest, because it was on a Saturday night, I'd had a bottle of wine, as you do, and I text you on the Saturday night, and that's it. I thought, I might go and see that. And then I think you text me or you phone me on the Sunday morning about 9:15, absolutely threw me, and I thought, I can't get out of this now. I look a right idiot. So I remember seeing you on the following Wednesday.
Okay.
I remember this pattern. And I brought Annabelle with me, who was only little then.
Yeah.
So what should be 10 or 11, something like that, just for support, really. And I don't know whether you remember Annabelle being there.
I don't, to be honest. No, I can't. But was that just for an initial consultation?
Just for an initial, a bit of a chat.
Did we do any training or?
No, there was a small group session just coming out as I got in.
Got you.
And all these ladies were coming out, and I thought, what am I doing?
Okay.
What am I doing? This is going to scare me to death. But then we agreed to do just a one-to-one session, and that was it.
Yeah, we started with 2 one-to-one sessions a week, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
And then obviously did that for a few months,
It was a few months. There was a couple of sessions for a few months, because I just did not want to do the small group. I thought, I can't do that. Wasn't at that time a people person, no social skills whatsoever, just in my own little world. And I thought, I can't, especially if it's all women, I can't be doing with that. That's what it was. I thought, there's no chance I'm going to do that. That was weird. And then you suggested, I think it's time you moved to the small group sessions.
Yeah.
I remember that like it was yesterday.
Really?
I thought, go on then, Dan, I'll try one.
Yeah.
And everybody was so friendly.
Yeah.
All the women were completely different than what I thought they were going to be. Welcomed with open arms.
Love it.
And it was just absolutely fantastic. A real big step for me. Real big step.
Good. Well, if we go back a little bit further then, Jack, I don't want to make too much of a big deal about this. But in terms of your history and the specific instant that happened to you that's obviously had an effect on things moving forward, just if you don't mind just telling everyone a little bit about
no problem at all
that.
Back when I was 16, 1984, which is like 40 years ago this year, I was involved in a motorcycle accident where a group of girls in a car coming back from a party hit me and my partner, and I lost my leg through that, and had various other injuries and wasn't very well at all. So that has had like a big impact in my life. And at that time, back then, I remember going to the limb clinic for the first time in Wolverhampton and being told that life was technically over.
Oh my God.
I couldn't, and they said you won't be able to walk properly, you won't be able to dance, which big for me, to be fair.
Never mind.
But that's it, and you won't be able to wear your clothes that you like wearing.
Wow.
You won't be able to have children. You won't be able to work properly. It was that mentality then.
Goodness me.
So as soon as somebody says to me, you can't do that, nah, that's it, I can do exactly what I want to do.
Yeah, I love that.
I remember going for, not long out of hospital when it was just like a metal pole for a leg then. It was solid, didn't have any bend in it. And a little walking frame, walking around the farmyard on that, and then going for a walk down the fields. And Graham saying to me and my partner then, saying, I'm not going to open the gates for you, you need to climb over them. And best thing I did. So there's me struggling, it took me frame over and then up and over the gates. And so it's never stopped me. And I've done exactly what I want to do.
Excellent.
It's just as I got older, the fitness was getting vital, really, that I needed to do something. So,
but it's a mentality thing, though, isn't it? Like you're a very strong-willed person, very determined, and like you said, if someone says don't, you will.
I will.
So, or you can't, then
that's it. That's the thing. If somebody says, "Oh, you can't do that," you watch me. I will definitely.
Yeah. So you've never let it hold you back too much, or never let it define you, or
that's it. I have my moments, obviously, when you do, especially when it's hot and you get blisters and you bleed and it's you know it's not nice and that, but then it's still. Doesn't really stop me anything.
No.
I just get grumpy.
Yeah.
And everybody else around me gets affected then.
Yeah.
So that's it.
But no, I mean, I think I said I didn't want to make too much of a big deal of it. Like, I don't want to feel like this is the podcast just talking all about that. But obviously, it's had an impact on you in the past and also in your time with us here. But we'll kind of cover that. But so from a health and fitness perspective, then, so from when you say 16 when it happened, and then how old were you when you got started with us, if you don't mind?
Oh, when was that? 2017, so 7 years ago, to be 49. So
in that period of time, what did you do health and fitness wise in that gap from accident to kind of starting with us?
Absolutely nothing until about 3 years before I joined MEE-FIT.
Yeah.
And then I started at a gym in Oswestry.
Yeah.
I think it was at the sports centre where the swimming pool is, whatever it was. And that was just horrendous. They just, that she showed me all the machines and that, and then just left me to it.
Yeah.
Then I went to one by where I worked in Shrewsbury at the time, same sort of thing. I used to make excuses about not going, I've got a headache, I can't go, and this sort of thing. And I just give up then. And I actually had a personal trainer come to the house, which turned out to be, she was absolutely brilliant, but it turned out to be just far too expensive.
Okay. Yeah.
Because then I got pregnant with Jess, I think it was. Yeah. And then it just faded into nothing.
Yeah.
So that's it. But I know, like, obviously, with the leg, it keeps you a little bit fit anyway, because you're using like 3 times more energy than anybody else does anyway.
Yeah.
So that's kept me fit. But it was getting to the stage before I joined MEE-FIT that I was struggling to get on and off the sofa.
Okay.
I was like 30 years older than I should have been, and cracking and creaking and bad backs, constant bad backs.
Okay. Yeah.
Dreadful bad backs. Yeah, and I was blaming it on everything, like the mattress, my leg itself, but it was just because I got no core muscles, no muscles or anything. It was just a little tub of lard, really, to be fair.
I remember when you did a testimonial video for us in the old gym, and I think you said you described yourself as like an ironing board.
Yeah,
I remember on that video.
It was. Yeah. That was it. It just not been able to move, and it's just that thing. It just been like this, and I think then I remember that was the first time I'd ever done a food shop for myself. Because I got emotional about that.
Okay.
I remember that because I'd never been able to push a trolley round. Yeah. Didn't have the strength to literally.
After you'd got started with us for a bit, you mean?
It was.
I think I remember you.
Yeah, I remember saying that. And I got back in the car and I cried. It was such a stupid thing that people take for granted. But it's, and I know a lot of people feel like they have different ailments and different problems and stuff, but it was a big thing for me.
Yeah.
And then, of course, having the kids as well, that was, and you won't be able to take them up and down the stairs. You won't be able to do this.
I can't believe they were so negative with you about it.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's very, and I used to hate going to physio in them days back in the 80s sort of thing, because I used to go and it used to all seem to be full of old people that were in wheelchairs, and you go the next week and they would have died.
Oh, God.
So it was like, is this what's going to happen to me? It was really... It was dreadful, so I stopped going to physio, so that's probably why I don't walk as well as I should do, really. But then I walk and I get around, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
It's a very steep learning curve. Yeah, that's it. And obviously confidence shattered, and being that age as well, 16, you're just getting into the swing of things, aren't you? And that's it.
I mean, incredibly difficult. I can't even say I can imagine, because I can't. So, but, you've obviously dealt with it.
Yeah.
In your own way over the years?
In my own way, that's the thing. It has been tough. It's like I say now, I still have my moments where you don't want to go out the house, and sometimes I'll like get all dressed up or something and go out and not have the confidence to go in the supermarket, so I just get in the car and go home again. And that does happen here sometimes, not as much as it used to. Yeah. But it's funny.
You need to come and grab one of us when that happened. I didn't know that happened.
Didn't you?
No.
Oh, God, it's like therapy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
don't let that happen again. Come and grab one of us. We'll look after you.
I know, you always have done, to be fair. Yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
So just going back then, so obviously you said it was the February of 2017, and obviously the reason we decided to go down the one-to-one route initially was obviously because...
just to see what I could do,
see how you got on. Like, obviously, we know within a small group setting, like, we can accommodate people, and of course we do that around injuries and stuff, but we felt it was right to spend a bit of time just laying those foundations and just getting you up to speed, and like you said, your own confidence. And it was probably more don't think it's never from our perspective usually. Like, we're normally quite confident in ourselves to deliver that in a small group setting, but we often find, we sometimes still do that. Even now, we'll have clients do a few extra one-to-one sessions on the front end just to give them that chance to get a bit more familiar and stuff. But so we did that for how many months did you say we did that for?
It's got to be 2 or 3 months, I think.
It wasn't that long though, was it?
No.
A couple of months. Yeah,
it probably was, but that was a good thing. I used to love the 8 o'clock sessions at night.
Okay, yeah.
They were good.
Yeah.
They used to be. I used to really enjoy those. Because sometimes you used to only be 3 or 4 of us, didn't there?
That
was it.
Because we were in the old gym then, weren't we? There was only me and Shan coaching for a good year or so that you were there. So it would have been sort of quieter in numbers and people and stuff.
It
and
was.
Then obviously things started to change a little bit here. But you started the small groups eventually and found them. You weren't as... They weren't as bad as you thought they were.
No, they were nowhere near as bad as I thought they were going to be. I thought I'd be... Perhaps judged isn't the right word.
Yeah.
But just, I thought everybody would be staring and, oh my God, and that was it. But it was nothing like that. In fact, it did my confidence the world good, because they thought that I had something wrong with my ankle or I had a hip replacement or something. Something like that. It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I can think of a few examples where people have not even known for quite a long time. And then we've... Callum in front of us.
Really?
And, a fair few others.
You?
There's been loads of people who, when we eventually tell them, they're like, "Oh my God, like really?"
Because I just assume that everybody knows.
Yeah. But like with watching you in a session, we try not to make a big deal out of changing things for people. We'll do it.
Yeah.
Not on the sly, but we don't make a big deal like, "Oh, Jacqui's doing this, by the way, everybody." Like,
because
like we do it in a way that hopefully feels protected and not kind of making a big deal out of things. And I think often people wouldn't look at the sessions you do and think you've got an artificial leg. They would just, like you said, they think, okay, maybe you've got a bit of an injury or
just a bit of a dodgy leg.
Because you do squats, you do deadlifts, you do there's a few little things like lunges and stuff that we're not able to do, but like 90%, 95% of things that we do with most clients, you're able to do. So, it's quite funny when we get someone who
doesn't know. That's the thing,
and then you let them know, and they're like, "I can't believe it."
That's the thing, isn't it? It's like my pistol squats. I'm dead proud of those.
Yeah, they're fab. They're
dead proud of those.
We'll maybe see if we can get a few videos over the top of this on the YouTube. So, pistol squats, for anyone who doesn't know, is a single leg squat, which is just how you've done squats over the years. So you just built that strength and that ability to do those movements really, really well.
Yeah, it was funny. I was at the limb clinic a couple of weeks ago and I saw a doctor for a review and I was telling her about the gym and how good it is and stuff like that. And I said about a pistol squat and she goes, "I've no idea what one of those is." So for the first time ever, I just did one. I was in my boots and in my dress and stuff and just did one. I thought, why can't I do it like that at the gym? It was really good. So she was very impressed. So I've got a doctor's letter with that on it.
Oh, nice.
So it's dead chuffed with that.
So what have been the main changes that you've experienced since training with us? How soon after starting did you start to feel like you were noticing some difference in the stiffness, the flexibility that you mentioned, the lower back?
It was in 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay. Pretty quickly.
That quick.
Yeah.
It was that quick.
And what were the main changes that you noticed?
The main changes were my bad back started disappearing.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I didn't even really notice. It was one of these things that I just got so used to. And all of a sudden I thought, lying in bed, like I used to lie in bed at night on my back and my back would just throb.
Right.
Down at the base, down the bottom of my spine, and it would just throb. And all of a sudden I thought, hang on a minute, that's disappeared. What's happening to that? And just my upper body strength was just getting better on my core, definitely. So that was making me walk better. I wasn't limping as much because I didn't have to sort of haul my leg up. I used to lift it up and throw it forward, which I don't so much now because I've got the muscle there. Yeah. So it's just little things like getting on and off the sofa, going up the stairs, just things like that. It was just the little things that you take for granted. Just started getting easier and easier. Yeah. And the more I've sort of attended MEE-FIT, the better it's got. Good. Absolutely, a hell of a difference.
You're still noticing improvements now?
Oh yeah, because obviously for the past couple of years and that, it's been up and down, sort of family life and whatever. Yeah. So I probably haven't been as much as I could, but now things are getting more settled. Yeah. I mean, and buying a house in Whitchurch, which is literally 2 minutes down the road, so there's no excuse then, is there? Yeah. So there'd be...
We'll knock on your door on the way to...
Yeah, exactly, that's it. Yeah, it's about time you're here, Jack. So that's it. So again, it's just going to... From now, it's just going to get better and better.
Yeah. Good.
Because I'll be on the doorstep. Life is completely changed for me.
Yeah.
And that's it. So
yeah,
it's
and you've had some
brilliant.
issues as well over the years with the leg, haven't you? And the fit,
Yes.
and that's been problematic for you.
Oh, it's been awful because I had a type of you have your socket and then you have a liner in it. And the trouble is because you sort of when you normally sweat, I've got not as much area of skin for the sweat to come out.
Yeah.
So I sweat like a pig half the time, to be fair.
Yeah.
And that, of course, makes my leg change shape, and it seems to go thin. Then I have trouble with the leg sort of dropping off and that. And I think Hannah was leading a session upstairs, and it was red hot. And I went to move, holding, I think it was a 20 kg dumbbell, and my leg fell off, and it was just a hell of a mess. And that was it. Frightened Hannah to death, bless her.
Yeah.
But that was it. So I went back to Stoke, and I said to him about it. So now I've got a socket that's got like a pin in it on the bottom, so the pin latches into the bottom of my socket, so no matter how sweaty I get, it won't fall off, which has made a difference.
Yeah.
But it was like it's just little things. It changes from time to time because they're having to make me a new socket now because I'm doing more here again. My leg's changed again, so they're constantly doing it, but they don't mind doing it because I'm their best patient. They say.
I bet you're one of the most active and dedicated to your fitness that they're probably used to. I bet I'm sure there's some others, but generally speaking, I bet most people don't do half as much as what you do.
Funny enough, on Monday, I had to go and have a cast for a new socket. And there was a couple of students there and they had to come in and talk to me and interview me and stuff like that. And one of the fundamental things they say being an amputee is if you fall over, you need to get up. You don't want people helping you up and stuff. Well, you know yourself, like I'm sitting on the floor down here, I can get up, no trouble. Absolutely no trouble in that.
Get down, smash out a few press ups, get back up again.
That's the thing, isn't it? Just bouncing around everywhere, and it does make me laugh. So I say, where's your wheelchair? Is it in the car? No.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, that's it. Your crutches, I use crutches at night, obviously, when I get up for in the middle of the night. But no wheelchairs, no walking aids, no aids at home. Because they would say, have you got like handles by your bath? And no. In fact, what I do in the bath, because I've got handles on the bath that come as part of the bath, I sort of like do little ups and downs in the bath. So I know that I'm always going to be able to get out the bath.
Yeah.
And in fact, my dad, who's nearly 80, he started doing that as well. So he knows. It's just little things like that. I'm not going to let it affect me. No. And in fact, it's going to get better as I get older because I'm going to get stronger and stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
So I'll still be here when I'm 90 probably.
Love it. Excellent.
Absolutely will be. Yeah.
We'll love that. We'll love that. And I think it's amazing to see because like from our perspective, like we get a lot of clients here who have got injuries and they've had a replacement knee or a hip, and there's so many people out there who would potentially be interested in getting started, but they think they can't. Not just here, I'm talking generally speaking, everywhere across the world. Like people thinking, I can't go to the gym because I've got a bad knee. I can't go to the gym because I've got a bad hip or bad whatever. What's your thoughts on that?
I think especially going to Stoke, to the Limb Centre, you see so many people there who have that sort of mindset that they think they can't do it and all this. And again, it's sort of just chatting to people. I've been chatting to people and say, you can do it. Look what I can do and things like that. I think it's difficult to change people's mindsets though. Very difficult unless they actually see somebody doing it. Or you can advise them or things like that. Like again, it's easier said than done, but it is something. If you can and you're determined, you can literally do anything, almost anything. That's it. Okay, there's some things I can't do and stuff like that.
But you find a way around it, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Absolutely. I think the things that affected me, losing a leg got me more when I had the girls.
Yeah.
Because then I couldn't go on bike rides with them or take them swimming because I didn't have the confidence. Stuff like that. But then I don't think they've ever missed out on anything. So I just did different things with them. There's always around things. It's like what I found here. And like we were saying before, the exercises and that, it's just, there's always a way around something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if I can't bend one way, then just perhaps bend the other way and do it this way. And there's always a way to do things. No matter what it is in life and how bad it seems, there's always a way out of it. There's always a way to do it.
Excellent.
And I've really, really learnt that. Especially this past few years as well, when everything's gone, I'm going to say tits up, you can get that out. But that's it. I thought there's no way I'm going to climb out of this. There's no, and then I start thinking, oh, my leg, why me, and all this sort of thing. But now I'm just...
What do you do when you have that type of when that phase comes? Like, how do you best deal with that?
I tend to not socialise so much. Okay. I tend not to... I'm one of these who puts my little shell over myself and
just like a protective thing.
Yeah, hide myself. I think one of my places is like sitting halfway up the stairs, that sort of thing, and just thinking things and not texting people, not doing them. I've been working from home as well, which I've discovered isn't quite a good thing anymore. I need to go out and get to the office and because I'm so quick to not speak to people and not want to see people and things like that. So but then it never really lasts long.
No.
I might get a cheeky text off one of the girls or something. I think, oh, life's good.
Yeah.
Just something like that. It's like Jess, for instance, saying, "What's for tea, idiot?" And, things like that.
She doesn't text you stuff like that, does she?
She does, yeah. She calls me all kinds of things, she does. But it does make me laugh, which is a good job. So the things she texts me, I'll do that off camera, to be fair. But then that's things like that keep me going. And that's and it's just brilliant.
Good.
Yeah, good. Really keeps me going.
Excellent. What have been the main things that you've been most proud of in your time here? Like whether that's changes to body shape, whether that's physical things that you can now do. Like what are some of the things that spring to mind?
Oh, crikey, Dan, there's so many things. I mean, in the first 18 months, I lost 2 stone.
Yeah.
So that was a big thing, and I've probably put on a little bit of weight, I know, because I'm a comfort eater.
Okay.
But so I'm back on a diet again, so that's doing well. But the confidence, the liking myself a little bit where I never have done.
That's good.
I tend, I can look in a mirror now. Good. That's it. And that's a big thing for girls, I think. And it doesn't look so frightening anymore, whether that's just getting older and I couldn't give a damn sort of attitude. I don't know, but that's good. But obviously it's the physical thing more than anything, the strength and keeping up with people when we go out anywhere. Like if there's a million stairs to climb up, I'm probably the one at the top first because everybody else hasn't got my stamina or anything. And the strength, the upper body strength, I love, like the bench press and stuff like that.
Come on, hit me with some of these numbers, Jack. Come on, tell me more.
Bench press,
tell me more.
It was like a PB, wasn't it? Was it last week, the week before, 57 and a half?
It was an accidental one, if I remember rightly, wasn't it? Because
I didn't realise it was so heavy. Yeah, I did my maths wrong. And that was it. And I thought I wouldn't be able to do that again, but I did. So hopefully in the next month, 6 weeks, get up to 60. That's the thing. Yeah. And it's just things like that. And my press-ups and...
How many press-ups can you do at the moment? So it's probably gone a little bit up and down over the years.
It has. I'm back up to 10 really, because I was at 20, but now I'm working my way back up again. So things like that.
Just 10 at the moment. Though.
Yeah, that's it. Pistol squats. Pistol squats are my favourite. I do them forever, really. I love them. And like the box, when you like hold on to the TRX, is it?
Yeah. So like a step up.
That's it. Step up, things like that. I like that. And what I've also started doing, which sounds really silly, is like everybody does these box jumps.
Yeah.
I've just started, I did a mat and jumping onto that, just hopping onto it. So I'm on 2 mats now.
Okay, nice.
Now that sounds really...
You say mats though, I don't think that gives it justice. They're they're like gym tiles. They're like an inch and a bit each.
Tiles, so that's it. 2
of them's a good 2-3 inches, isn't it? I don't know exactly, but...
Yeah, and I have to really think about doing that because that to me is so alien. I can hop around, forever, but actually hopping onto something, my mind is telling me, you can't do that. That's not... So it takes me such a long time to do it.
But that same thing happens to people who aren't amputees, who have both their legs to use. They have the same mentality.
I suppose they do,
we see it here all the time. And when we did one of our recent events, the summit, someone brought up box jumps. And we were just talking a bit about that and how it's such a psychological challenge to actually jump and elevate the body. You know what I mean?
It's not natural, is
even
it?
more so when you've only got one leg that you can actually use.
Yeah, that's it. So that's another plan, is to start doing that as well. I don't know how I can get it. It doesn't matter how it is really.
Well, it's not about that. It's just doing it and challenging yourself.
Yeah. And that's so right what you just said then. It's not about that. It's not a competition with anybody here. There's no... they can do that, I need to do that, or he's doing that, I can do that better. It's not that, it's what I can do.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no pressure on anybody here to be better than anybody else.
No.
And that's what I found at the other gyms I went to. I got that pressure sort of thing. There was all, these ladies in their leggings and they're fully made up and stuff like that, which is such a cliche, isn't it? I know everybody says it, but it was true and it was really disconcerting. And I thought that I'd have to be like that.
Yeah.
But again, that's the one thing about here. I just feel so comfy.
Yeah. I was going to ask you that actually. I mean, what you said you did a few other gyms and stuff over the years, but nothing really stuck. I mean, why do you feel you did stick here? Why do you think 7 and a bit years on, you're still here and still enjoying it?
Well, the staff, obviously, you and Shan were absolutely fantastic. And then it's like I feel like I've grown up with the gym, like going from that little place.
Yeah.
And then from that whiteboard we used to have on the wall saying little personal bests and stuff like that to what it is now. I do feel part of the furniture and I love it. Good. I absolutely love it. And I love it when like newbies come and they say, well, how long have you been here? 7.5 years. I think, I might not look it, but I have been here, that's it. And it's great. And seeing Em as well, going from, because I think she started just before me.
Yeah, she
was about the same time, wasn't she?
She started in the January, she was obviously straight into the small group setting, but she started in the January, like, New Year intake that we had. Yeah,
that was it. So I've seen Em grow up as well, and that, which is great. So I do just feel part of everything. I feel so comfy. And of course, with Jess working here now, it's like a family thing. And then Annabelle came at one time as well, didn't she? So I thought it was going to be me and Saunders. Yeah. But it was, it's just great to say, I've just grown up with it, and Jess is now here, and it feels like family. Good. I don't just feel like a number. That's a big thing. I do, because if I reach out to somebody, whether it be you or anybody, it doesn't matter. You're always there for me. You always have been, and that's what I need to do now. Say, I haven't got the confidence. Text you. Yeah,
definitely. I think that's only natural, isn't it, to have, especially with everything that you've had happen, and it's you're going to have confidence dips, and you're going to have challenges with that, but you still get here pretty regularly, and how often do you generally, like, what would a normal week look like?
A normal week, if I'm back on form, is probably 3 to 4 a week, which is absolutely brilliant. All small group, which are brilliant. I don't do the team things, do I?
No, you've never been as keen on the cardiovascular side of things, have you, as much as...
No, that's putting it mildly. I hate it.
I was trying to be a bit more diplomatic with it, but go on. Why do you hate it so much?
I just hate that. The sweaty and the feeling sick and seeing stars and stuff like that.
Well, we have had the conversation how we think if you were to do that, the endurance sessions would probably be the better place for you to be, because they are designed to be steadier state, not quite as... The ones that you have done have probably been more of our... At a time they were called sweat. We now just call them team training.
Sessions, that was it.
And they generally be a little bit more like circuity, higher intensity style, which is not my thing at all. No. So get you and Tommy, because Tommy hates that stuff too.
He does, doesn't he?
Get them both in an endurance session. I think you'd be fine. I think the endurance would be good because they're designed to be steady state. You use MyZone. So MyZone's a heart rate monitoring system that we use here, and we encourage clients to stay within the green zone, ideally 75% and below. Yeah. So you're not getting into those higher yellows and reds which suit me. Things are a lot more challenging. So it might, especially if you're doing a week where you're doing 4 sessions, 3 of the small group, more strength, and
then perhaps bob one of those in as well.
Just take it nice and steady. Maybe not when it's quite as hot as it is right now.
Yeah. Go on then, I'll say it now. Yes. I'll try one. Yes. I'll try one. Can't get out of it now, can I?
No, definitely not. Because you could, there's the bike, the air bike's okay. Yeah. Is it ski erg? Yeah. Have you done rowing? Have you been able to do
I can row, yeah.
So there's only really the bike ergs that wouldn't be doable. So there's plenty of stuff.
There's plenty of stuff to do. Go on then, I'll do one of those. Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. Look what we've gained out of it now
that's it. That's it. Oh, can't say no, can I?
Excellent.
Easily led.
If you think about the future, you said there now things are settling down again, you're going to be closer. Like what would you like to see over the next 6 months, 12 months in terms of your fitness, into what sort of the goals moving forward for you?
I have a 12-month plan, really, that I need to lose about a stone. Okay. And I don't want to do it quick because I know damn well I will put it on again as soon as, if I go on these diets and stuff like that. Well, it's calorie counting that, and I find that I get to a stage where I'm weighing myself all the time, and I don't want to do that. I want to be comfortable. I almost don't really want to weigh myself, but I know I have to if I need to lose a stone. Yeah. But I need to that. But the fitness thing is probably the main thing. If I can get as fit as I can, and be happy with my body shape and that, and that'll do for me. I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy in my little body and that. And of course, if I lose too much weight, then it's backwards and forwards to the limb clinic, which is a pain in the bum. And what the NHS and funds and stuff like that are like now, is they don't like spending money. So But they do for me. They are good for me, actually. If I say I need stuff, they're pretty good.
How often are you there generally at the moment? What's
well, I went Monday, but I haven't been since before Christmas.
Okay, so it's not that regular.
Yeah, so that's with a little bit of weight loss I've had.
Yeah.
That they're making me a new one, so then I'll get this one. It'll be nice and get cracking again.
Good.
And then perhaps a little bit later on in the year, get another one and do it like that.
Yeah.
It's almost like buying bigger clothes. You know, you get settled into bigger clothes and you find, oh, those are a bit snug. So you go to the next size. It's almost like that with the sockets on the leg. You put on weight and they thought it was a bit tight. Do you want us to make you a bigger one? No. Okay. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I need to knock it down a little bit and that's it. So that'd be so easy. Have a socket like a bucket in the end, which wouldn't be any good. Yeah. So that's it. And that's the last thing I want to do is let my leg hold me back from anything or get sore or just get too big, and it's nightmare scenario. So next 12 months it's going to be me, the best version of myself. Another cliche, but there you go. That's it. I mean, 4 years I'll be 60 and I want to get better and better and better and better. So that's it.
So you mentioned like weight loss. You said you lost quite a bit initially in the first,
couple of stone,
what and then you've got the plan moving forward. Like, how do you generally approach that? Like, how's the team helped you, and what do you generally do to achieve that?
I do love having my little chats with them every now and again. She's so good, and I must admit I've been a couple of times. I haven't even talked about gym or fitness or anything. It's like no, that's it. But she's brilliant at that, and that's it. So it's good to talk to something. Having Jess at home, she's fantastic as well. To be fair, she keeps me going and. We can like meal plan together and calorie count together, which is another good thing. Is
that the way you've usually gone with it, like calorie counting?
Yeah, calorie counting on the MEE-FIT thing. That's I like the calorie counting because if I want a McDonald's, I can go and have one. Yeah. I don't, or I want my crisps, I can go and have a packet of crisps as long as it's all logged down. I don't tend to log down salad and veg. It's just the good stuff sort of thing. Yeah. So. But that's the way I do it, and then coming here and using the MyZone, and seeing, you can see the calories you've used and the heart rate and everything. So that's definitely the way. The next 12 months, it's just going to get better. Get the house move out of the way, and just get better and better and be here more and more as I can. Yeah.
Nice. So what always want to know, like, from someone who's had such a challenging time and sort
life.
And still manage to make a really positive change and commit to being the best version of yourself that you mentioned and making all those positive changes. Like, what would your message be to anyone who's sort of on the fence about getting started? Not just here, but I'm thinking more generally around health and fitness. Like, why would you encourage them to make that step and commit to better fitness, etc.?
Because it makes such a difference. It doesn't matter whether you say if you only did one fitness thing a week, the difference is incredible, and I can't express that enough. It's the difference it made for me, like I said before, from not being able to get off the sofa to like struggling to get up and down the stairs. The difference is amazing. It's just good for the soul. That's the thing. It's good for the mindset. It makes you happy. You've got your endorphins and stuff like that, and it's like, I think you said to me once, Dan, if you could bottle how you feel when you leave the gym, you'd be a millionaire, wouldn't you? You would. And that's the thing, and I think that's what people need to realise. Like, I know a few people really could do with getting to the gym and stuff like, oh no, I won't be able to do that, I can't do that, or I can't afford to do that and all that. And I haven't got the time. That's a good one.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good one. But it's 24 hours in a day. Okay, if you're going to lie in bed till 9 o'clock in the morning, you've lost, lost hours, haven't you? Things like that. And you need the motivation. And motivation is difficult to get. I know that myself because, everybody knows that itself. It disappears sometimes, doesn't it? But it always comes back. But you just need to give yourself a good talking to. Like say you're talking to somebody else and give good advice, but take that advice that you'd give somebody else. That's
it's almost so much easier to give someone advice than take your own advice, isn't it?
I'm so good at telling people, you got to do this and do this and that. Well, you're not doing it, are you, Jack? Good point. That's it. So that's it. You've just got to grab life and just do it and just try it. And okay, you might not like it, but you've got to try.
Find something that you do like.
Exactly. Like, look at me. I tried those gyms, tried the personal trainer at home. I've tried everything, but it wasn't until I got here when I thought, well, this might work, it might not do. And I wasn't really enthusiastic to start off with, but within 2 weeks, it was the big thing that's always I was talking about. It was, MEE-FIT was all I was talking about. I think they got really fed up at work about
probably.
it. Again, obsessed you are, Jack. I know, but it's a good thing to be obsessed with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's the thing. So
that's so nice to hear. Like, you know, because it was just me and you, wasn't it, for the first few months? So that's good.
It was.
To know.
It was brilliant. It was, and I think that you gave that confidence to me. It's even things like the chin-ups, which I still can't do. To be fair, I mean, 7.5 years in, and I still can't do the buggers. But it's things like that, and like the press ups where you started on the bar, and when I did my first press up, and that it was just little things like that. And it's like now I like showing off, like like when my nephews are little, and that we used to have little fitness competitions and things like that. And Auntie Jacqui can do press ups and stuff and little things like that. So it's rubbed off on other members of my family. I had a text and little video off my stepmom last night, and she's on holiday with my dad in Barmouth. And my dad was on a quiet beach by himself, and he did 30 press-ups.
Oh, nice!
Like I say, he's late 70s.
Yeah. And
she says, taking after you, he is. He's got that mindset that he needs to keep fit. And if Jack can do it, my daughter's been through all that.
Yeah.
I need to keep fit as well. I don't want to show her up by being an old man.
Yeah.
You know, it's just little things like that. You have an effect on people. So I think if you can do it yourself, and you know everybody around you gets like infected with the bug of wanting to be healthy and wanting to be good and try and get them to come here, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, look at the impact it's had on Jess. I mean, obviously Jess is a coach here now. She was never someone who enjoyed, as far as I understand, fitness and health. She didn't play sports.
Typical teenager lying in a bed all day on the phone. And then we had the voucher at Christmas, I think it was a month.
Yeah.
I said, oh, just come, Jess. If you don't like it, then don't do it. And she come, and look, now she's working here. Yeah. And that's it. We did the personal training course, didn't we, together, which was really good fun. I really enjoyed that.
You've probably covered it off very, very well already, but if there was anyone watching this who was maybe a little bit on the fence about getting started with us here,
right,
what would your message be to that person?
Don't be on the fence at all. You need to come. You need to chat to everybody, the staff, other members of MEE-FIT. There isn't a bad soul in this place. And I mean that, doesn't matter. I mean, I probably don't see the majority of people for different times and stuff like that. But there's never been anybody here that I haven't liked or haven't got on with, and that's it. I mean, the coaching staff are first class. I can't say anything about that. The support is incredible. Confidence boosting. You've got any problems, they will talk it through to you, whether it's yourself, down to the lowly members of staff like Jess. It's just, it's just everybody's just so good. And it's like I even feel like I could talk to Callum now because he's a part of the family, aren't you? Yeah. So it is like that, and it's just there's no need to be sat on the fence. Because if I can do this, come here and make that big step from the one-to-one to the groups.
Yeah.
And that's it. And just because I grew up with the gym, I'm not sort of being biased or anything like that, but I went to loads, like I said before, but never felt the connection with anybody, the connection and the feeling like you belong somewhere. And just, I don't know, there's just nowhere like it. There's nowhere like it. And there must be for me, because I'm very fickle. And if I didn't like it, I would be off.
Yeah.
I would be off, to be fair. That's the thing. It's like the money, it might be sort of on the more expensive side of things, but then you get what you pay for, Dan.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for. And it's like I think I said to you, I can't afford to do it, but I can't afford not to do it. It's that sort of thing. So that's it. I'd sell the children to still be able to come here, to be fair. I would. Annabelle's off. So that's it. Not a problem. No. So never sit on the fence with anything, especially with MEE-FIT.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Get here, get training, get socialising, just be part of it. Definitely.
Love it.
Definitely.
We'll end on that high note, Jacqui.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much for your time. Honestly, I mean, just a little thing for me, like working with you it's been incredible to see, and I must apologise. Like we use you as an example all the time. I feel like we need some form of commission structure or something on the go, because the amount of people who reach out and say, "Oh, like we said before, I'm worried about my knee or my hip or whatever. And, you know, we've got so many people who've got those injuries, but then, you know, I'll always say, look, we've got a client, Jacqui, and, you know, she has an artificial leg and she cracks on and most people don't even know.
Yeah.
You know, we just adapt things and change things that little bit here and there when we need to. And there's nothing that can hold you back, you know?
No,
so
nothing. So excellent. That goes to everybody else as well. Nothing can hold, nothing should hold you back. You just try it. If you can't do something, then it gets, you know, tweaked a little bit. Yeah, and that's it. And then you can do it. And that's it. But then if you can't do something, really can't do something, there always is another exercise using those set of muscles to do the same thing, but in a different way. So
there's barely anything that we said before can think of that you literally can't do.
Oh, well, I forgot anything. Yeah.
Like even Bulgarian split squats, you put your leg over the back of the
that's it, and
thing,
just do those.
You know, so
that's it. Hold on for grim death.
You're an absolute star, Jacqui.
Oh,
honestly.
thank you, bless you. Thank you.
It saddened me to hear that you actually do have that issue here sometimes. So, yeah, we're going to make it our mission to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Confidence.
Yeah, because you know that we're here. And,
I know, that's the mad bit about it, really. It's strange after 7.5 years, but no, I think it's just in my head sometimes. It's like, that's it. Yeah, Jess tells me not to be so stupid. So, in words to that effect.
Yeah, well, we wouldn't put it like that, but
oh, you must.
Okay,
you know me.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Jacqui, for coming on.
You're very welcome. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
And, you know, keep up the incredible work, and we'll keep using you as a fabulous example of what you can achieve when you put your mind to it, when you commit to something, and reap the rewards like you have.
Exactly. That's it. Perfection.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.